Today we will start number lecture 9, Typology of Phonological Systems, and the plan of our lecture, History of English Pronunciation, the notion of phonological level, and the history of English pronunciation. The pronunciation system of English has undergone many changes throughout the history of the language, from the phonological system of Old English to that of Middle English through that of the present day. Variation between dialects has always been significant. Former pronunciation of many words are reflected in their spellings, as the English orthography has generally not kept pace with phonological change since the Middle English period. The English consonant system has been relatively stable over time, although a number of significant changes have occurred. Examples include the loss of the G and H sound, still reflected by the GH in words like night and thought, and the splitting of voiced and voiceless allophones of fricatives into separate phonemes, such as the two different phonemes represented by th. There have also been many changes in consonant cluster, mostly reduction, for instance, those that produce the usual modern pronunciation of such as letters combination as WR, KN, and WH. The development of vowels has been much more complex. One of the most notable series of change is that known as a Great Vowel Shift, which begins around the late 14th century. And here are the following examples. These shifts are responsible for modern pronunciation of many written vowel combinations, including those involving a silent final E. Many other changes in vowels have taken place over the centuries. These various changes mean that many words that formerly rhymed no longer do. For example, in Shakespeare's time, following the Great Vowel Shift, food, good, and blood all had the vowel U, but in modern pronunciation, good has been shortened to O, while blood has been shortened and lowered to O in most accents. In other cases, the words that were formerly distinct have come to be pronounced the same. Examples of such mergers include meat, meat, pain, pain, and toy, toy. The founder of the phoneme theory was Ivan Alexandrovich Badiou-Descartes, the Russian scientist of Polish origin. He defined the difference between a phoneme and the speech sound. He treated a phoneme as a meaningful unit and the speech sound as a unit of speech not connected with any meaning. He regarded the phoneme as an ideal mental image. His conception was called mentalist view of the phoneme. The theory was further developed by Lev Vladimirovich Shcherba. The theory was further developed by Lev Shcherba, the head of the Leningrad Linguistic School, who started that in the spoken language a much greater number of various sounds produced than we usually think, and these sounds in every language are united the comparatively small number of sound types which are capable of distinguishing the meaning and the form of word. Ferdinand de Saussure, the Swiss linguist, he viewed phonemes as the sum of acoustic impressions and articulatory movements. He regarded the phoneme independent of the phonetic properties. This conception is called abstractional. The physical conception was originated by the Daniel Jones, the head of the London School of Phonology. He defined the phoneme as a family of sounds. The member of the family must show phonetic similarity to one another, in other words, be related to character. No member of the family can occur in the same phonetical context as many other members. The view was shared by the American scientists Bernard Bloch and George Leonard Traeger. They defined the phoneme as a class of phonologically similar sound, contrasting and mutual exclusive with all similar classes in the language. This approach may seem to be vulgarly materialistic since it views the phoneme as a group of articulary similar sound without any regard to its functional and abstract aspects. It's possible to take this process future. We can also reproduce can, run, man. It's a minimal set. The change of the vowel in ban, barn, burn, burn, burn. To establish the phoneme of the English, the phonologists try to find pairs that show which sound occur, do not occur in identical position communication test. The phonemes of language form the system of appositions in which any phoneme is usually opposite to any other phoneme in at least one position, one lexical or grammatical minimal pairs. If the substitution one sound for another results in the change of meaning, the communicated sound is different phonemes, speech sound, which are phonologically significant. So, phonology is the link between phonetics and its rest of linguistics. Only by studying both the phonetics and the phonology of English is it possible to acquire a full understanding of the use of sound in English speech. In conclusion, as we know, the lowest level in any language is not phonemic level consisting of different phonemes. The phoneme is the smallest unit of language capable of distinguishing one word from another or one grammatical form of the same word from another. For example, man, man, bag, bag, dog, dog, etc. Every language has its own way of using the original of speech, its own type and place of stress in word and sentence, different use of intonation in speech, and so on. See you soon. The lesson over.